It's your shot.
All right. So, you voted for Trump. So tell me why you voted for Trump.
Well, okay, so it's pretty simple. You cannot vote for a Democrat if you're Christian. It just absolutely can't.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, probably never heard it like this, but when it's called the left, that means the left. And think about it. When the end days come,
Yeah.
God is going to put all evil on the left. So why would people put themselves there to begin with? Yeah, I mean, right now, what they're running on, like Kamala was running on same-sex marriage and stuff like that. And so I was thinking about Sodom and Gomorrah. He rained fire and brimstone down on Sodom and Gomorrah. But, there's people that don't think about that kind of stuff. If you're a Christian, you just can't vote for a Democrat. You just can't do it.
Okay, you're saying you only vote on the fact that you're Christian.
Well,
Is that all that you had to vote on?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the spending is just outrageous. We're at war in different places. They just don't know how to run a country, and they claim that Trump don't know how to run it because he's a businessman. But that's exactly what it takes. You got to run this country just like a business.
Well, it kind of is a business.
Yeah, and so the turfs, they don't even understand all of that. At one point, we didn't even pay taxes in this country.
Yeah, I know. That's what Trump said.
Yeah.
And that is what Elon said. But do you really think Elon can $2 trillion dollars he says he can get rid of?
Of course, because they was just putting out all kinds of money to find out, like, how long does it take a duck across the road?
Well, they do have a lot of what they used to call pork. They used to call that pork.
And then they hold up
trimming the fat.
And then they hold up all the permits that they need to do things because of a spider or a bird. I remember back.
You're talking about EPA now.
EPA laws and stuff. It all goes together. Back when Obama was first in, I actually worked for a company where we did clearing for homes, and there was one area that
here I remember, yeah.
In Florida, and we could not clear that area because they had a bird in there that was I guess there wasn't too many of them, but anyway, they had to stop the whole project.
Well, we don't want our things that's going extinct to go extinct.
Well, yeah, but they could have moved it. How about just moving it? They shut down the whole road out in California one time over a spider.
Well, now that was crazy. They could have caught the spider and moved it, but...
This is Democrats for you. That's just stupidity. I can't vote for that kind of stuff. Who'd you vote for?
Well, I voted Trump.
Well, what'd you vote for Trump for?
Well, for one, when you have to go to the store and put back half of what your groceries are because you're on fixed income, and what you used to be able to pay your grocery bill, you used to pay your electric bill, you used to pay your house payments and all your insurance, car payments, and it not be a problem.
That's what changed this whole election. Everybody felt it. Everybody.
Well, I don't know. All the movie stars, they didn't seem to bother them.
Half of them don't go shopping for themselves. But the moms that had to go out and actually go to the store and try to put food on the table, then they got it.
Well, what about Kamala? She says she grew up in a middle household.
Listen, she grew up with a middle class, you call it a maid, having a maid and a gardener and stuff is middle class.
And a nanny. Don't forget her nanny that she felt like was his grandma.
Yeah. She has absolutely no idea what middle class is.
Well, she said her mom was able to buy a house
middle class
when they were a teenager.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. People work all their life in order to pay for a house.
And if you can
pay for
a house.
It was Trump that made it where people didn't have to pay taxes on whatever their parents left them.
I know. See that and that death tax. They
Yeah,
did
what
away
they
with that.
call the death
They
tax.
did away
Yeah.
with that last time.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
it's going to be
And,
10
and
times
hey,
better.
you know, Trump is the one that brought down insulin and all that medication.
Oh, they
that
claim.
that Biden and them said they did.
Yeah.
That wasn't true.
Claimed, and then this Obamacare stuff. There was absolutely nothing matter with the health care.
Yeah, that was
Before
back
Obama
when.
came. But they're still pushing that.
That was during Reagan. Reagan had that set up, and I had insurance, $50 a month. It didn't matter what kind of problem you had. I mean, it got took care
And
of.
all they did when they put
And also, if you go to emergency room, if something wrong with you, they have to take care of you.
and all they did, they kept saying, "Oh, Medicare is going broke." But then, just as soon as they got the Obamacare passed, what they do, they loaded up all of the illegals onto the
yeah.
Medicaid, 100% Medicaid. And good people that's worked in this country can't afford to buy insurance, but they get it give to them.
And have you seen where I seen this little girl crying? She probably 16, 17, thinking her mommy's going to get deported. Her mommy's not getting deported because she's a citizen. She did it
Well,
right.
they've been lied to.
Yeah, they've been lied to. She was crying because her mommy didn't know that she wasn't getting deported.
Again,
She's a citizen. She's not getting deported.
again, it's the Democrats for you. They're good for lying. And
Well,
all
those-
they want is the truth.
All those illegal, what they call migrants, if they're here legally, then they're not getting deported, and they shouldn't have that little girl crying.
Well, all these politicians need to understand, and this is what the American people have forgot, that they work for us. Now we.
That's right, and that's what
We
Trump
fired
says. That's right. We fired them, and we fired them for a good reason. They were putting us in a look
And
at
we won.
FEMA. They took funds from FEMA,
And gave it to the
and
illegals.
poor North Carolina got destroyed. Part of Florida, right here where we're from, got destroyed, and all they offered was $750, and they're giving the illegals these motels to live in, these hotels,
Absolutely.
and funding, and they did everything, clothes,
Absolutely. And
and
people just got to, when they go vote, sometimes they just vote because my mama voted or my daddy voted Democrat. I've got to vote Democrat. Instead of searching out, see what kind of situation you're in and why you got there.
well, you know what? A lot of these kids that are in college,
Yeah, they ain't paid not one bill. They
They-
should not be able to vote.
they don't realize, why did my parents vote against me? The parents ain't voting against them.
The
They're
parents-
voting for them because they're paying for that college education, and they're doing everything they can to work and pay for that.
I'm glad they got people like Charlie Kirk out there trying to explain some of this to these college kids that has not paid one bill. They've not worked one day in their life to pay
And their
a
parents
bill.
is probably even paying for their car.
And they
Not
probably-
just
of
their
course.
college, but their car and probably their phone.
And so we ended up with all these, like Berkeley out there, we ended up with a whole bunch of educated dummies.
Well,
And
not
that's
only
what we
that, I heard the Democrats telling them to tell their parents and their loved ones that didn't vote for Kamala to not go have Thanksgiving with them.
got. Oh, I know. They're all
They-
about tearing families
That
apart.
is stupid.
Here's another thing.
Well, you know,
reason-
they also asked the women to lie to their husbands.
Here's another thing I voted for Trump for. He's about family. And when Obama come in, he was all about
Tearing
breaking
up
families
families.
up,
Yeah.
giving women more money for their kids and stuff if they're not
If
married.
they're not married, or if their husbands
Yeah.
weren't with
So that's
them,
paying
or
them.
their people they had kids with, the men that they had
Yeah.
kids with. But
What
if
it
the
should
men,
be,
if the men were in their life, then they weren't gonna get no help.
what it should be is go back to the Reagan time and go after these deadbeat dads.
And if
They
they
should
ain't
have to
paying,
pay.
that's right. That's right.
Instead of the
Because-
government paying, we are paying for somebody else's kids.
Used to be Reagan
And-
went after what they called deadbeat dads.
And the government gives them homes And then what happens? The boyfriend or the dad to the kids
Yeah,
slip in the back
sure,
door
they come in and they're
And they're
there
staying there.
making more kids,
and make more kids stand there
and
for free.
more government's paying for it.
Yeah.
But the way Trump wants to do it, he wants to give them tax credit, which ain't ran out yet, but he had them getting a lot bigger tax credit. A lot of it did run out. And that way they can afford to go to work, take care of their family, and they'll get a tax credit.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all going to be good. So,
And if anybody that can't get pregnant, and there's a lot of women like that, you know, I couldn't, except for my one son. And, I mean, at least he's paying, he's going to make them pay all your insurance, whatever kind you got, has to pay for IVF.
yeah.
Yeah, and they were saying
Well, that's
Trump
okay.
was against
They
IVF.
don't want, but the Democrats are wanting to pay for the abortion. They want to pay
Yeah.
to kill babies.
They want to kill
And
them,
that's
but
what
they
it is.
don't want to
And-
bring them back. Don't want to help people that wants babies, bring them into the world.
Yeah. And this thing with the abortion thing, they kept hollering, they don't want the government in it. Well, then Trump fixed that. He put it back out of the government.
Yeah,
And,
it's into the
because-
state. It's not like they can't go get abortion if
Right.
that's what they want, even up to 9 months.
But the government don't have
Other
no say in it
states,
now.
that's right, other states have it that bad. But I don't think they should. Trump said he agrees with the 3 main things. If they were raped, if they were molested, and what was the other one?
Incest.
Yeah, incest. But, I mean, that's all the 3 that it should be, I think. I don't even think it should be that. But Trump ain't doing nothing on abortion.
No, they
That's
can't.
up to your state and what you vote on.
Yeah. And they can't just keep on with this abortion thing. I mean, if they want to do it in their state, then they can vote the people in to allow that.
Well, all they got
Or they
to
can
do
move
is,
to a state.
or check their state. Their state more than likely has it where they can have an abortion.
But the federal
Every
government,
state has an abortion.
the federal
But it's
government,
only to a certain extent on different states.
but the federal government should have no say in it, yes or no, period. And that's all Trump did was move it
That's
out.
it.
All right, hey,
Well, let's,
we did good.
yeah.
We did good.
All right. Well, let's finish our game up.
All righty.